Hey folks, so in this video we're going to go over timbre a little bit, and basically what timbre is. If you are a musician, you likely heard of it. So essentially every note you hear from an instrument uh, will typically have a set of overtones, and you can think of those as like accompanying frequencies with smaller amplitudes. So let's say you hit a key on a piano, you kind of typically think of that of like, well, I'm hearing one note, and you might think, well, I'm hearing one frequency of sound, right? But you're hearing multiple frequencies of sounds. Um, so typically there's a dominant frequency, and that's the one you associate, melodically as like the note you're hearing. But then there's lots of other frequencies, surrounding it, but at lower volume, at smaller amplitudes. And it's those little frequencies that create the timbre of an instrument, and which is basically the kind of quality of sound of that instrument. So it's what helps you differentiate a trombone from a piano, or a piano from a West African harp from Chinese drums, to the sound of water in a creek, a person's voice. All these things, they have a quality to them, and it's this kind of textural quality of the sound that we think of, that is timbre. So let's just I wanted to just explain that, and then maybe use GetSpectrumDataHelper to visualize that. So I've got the tutorial scene up from the tutorial video. I'm gonna turn on the debug graph. We've got empty game object where we put the GetSpectrumDataHelper script onto, and then we've set it to audio source, and we've got an audio source in the scene, and it's been connected like so. Okay, and then we've got the package comes with this test sounds 02, and this GSDH timbres. So that's a little it's an A note played several times by a bunch of different instruments, instrument presets in Ableton Live. And that's to kind of highlight, here's the same note being played a bunch of time, but it's going to look different visually when it's visualized. I'm going to switch this to 2D. And it's because each note has a different timbre. So let's play this. I'm going to pause it. I'll keep the game window open, but down here, and I'm going to turn off this audio visualizer. So just look at the debug graph for now. So as you see, we've got, we're playing an A note, actually, A4, but sometimes even when you play a note, the dominant, what might maybe was the dominant frequency when you first kind of picked up the note with your ear, might not even be the loudest one at different moments. But then you can see, we're hearing one note, but there's all these other frequencies accompanying it, and that's what's giving it the quality that it has. Cool. So hopefully that helps you get a sense of what timbre is, and it should also help you inform what you're seeing visually. Sometimes you'll visualize a tune, a melody, and it may, you'll probably see it in the waveform, but you're going to see a lot of other, frequencies too, and those are what shape the timbre. And so that's kind of what when we visualize audio, that's kind of what we see. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. Hope you're enjoying the asset, and catch you in the next tutorial.